pace with a variety of topics, this one-hour show will be aired live Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 8:30 a.m. Tune in. It's Just Between Us.
Good morning and welcome to Just Between Us. And Colonel Kyle, I want to say good morning to you, my dear. Thank you for your service. I've got your lovely fiancé sitting beside me this morning, but we want to send all of our love to the troops, and obviously we don't go very long without saying thank you very, very much.
Yes.
Good morning, Donna.
Good morning. Nice to see you.
It's wonderful having you here, and you've done so much for the military families. I thank you.
Well, thank you for thanking me, but it's a pleasure doing it. I think we can all do more.
Absolutely.
And it's important not to forget them.
Donna and I are wounded warrior girls.
Yep, right on.
There, you bet. Miss Kathy?
Yes, ma'am?
You're looking beautiful, and we're going to be talking about you in a little bit.
Whoa, thank you.
Yes, you look absolutely fantastic. We're going to turn around and we're going to roll the dice and get our first two topics out there.
Two.
Okay. Do you have a favorite person that you love to go shopping with?
Uh-huh.
And
the next one, Kath?
One.
Okay. Do you have a favorite outfit that you know works every time, any place?
Oh.
Oh, there goes that old French maid. We're going to take a short break. We'll be right back.
Just Between Us, a spontaneous, intuitive live television show with topics that are intended to inspire, delight, educate, and encourage. Just Between Us.
Welcome back to Just Between Us, and we're ready to talk about our first topic. Donna?
Yes. Do you have a favorite person that you love to go shopping with?
I'm not a shopper. My shopper is when I get bored of work or need a break.
Yourself.
I go to thrift stores.
There you go. There you go.
But those are fun.
They are fun.
They are.
You can find the greatest stuff.
treasures.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
Great
do.
stuff.
You know, I
Yeah.
used to be the type that I never wanted to go shopping alone. I always wanted somebody with me. Now that John likes to go, and he says, no, take your time. That's that word, take your time. You know you got to haul rear end right through that store. Take your time,
right.
dear. Take your time. I'll be sitting on the bench, resting my poor back and legs, and it's like, why don't you just go in the car, take a nap? Like the other day when we were in the grocery store. He went to grab a bell pepper. Obviously, one fell on the ground. Because he goes, why do they, he goes, damn it, why do they have to stack these things? Well, two women turned around and looked, and I go, that's why I leave him in the car. and that one woman told me before, she goes, that's why I go shopping without my husband. Smart. And I said, smart lady, I'm going to have to take that. So usually what I do is I take one cart, go one way, he goes another. I said, I'll meet you in about 15, 20 minutes, I'll meet you in the car. Okay. And that's how I've learned to shop, is you go one way, I go the other, if we go together. But I don't mind shopping by myself. Then I don't feel hurried, you know.
Right.
I agree.
Yeah.
But then if you're going to go, you know, dress shopping or clothing shopping, you want somebody that says, you know, hey, that's
Give
not
that
your
opinion.
color.
Right.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
the first thing I say is, all right, I'll come out and I'll say, okay, John, how does this look? Does this make my butt look big? He goes, no. Now, I know.
He wants dinner.
Yes. Yes, he does. He wants to get a reward for, see, that looks really nice on you. Not tight around your butt at all. You look really good. So I know, you know, there's the big clue. But no, he's a pretty good judge. He'll tell me, he'll say, no, I don't care for that on you, or that's the wrong color, or whatever. So I'm lucky in that respect. But sometimes I think you just want to just go alone, take your time.
Yeah.
And do you find that you're enough good judgment that you don't need anybody to tell you what looks good, what doesn't look good?
Most times. I think most times I can. My daughter goes shopping with me everywhere. She's Brittany.
How fun.
She is my little shopaholic. We call her the princess because she's extremely spoiled, but she doesn't behave like she's spoiled. She just has lots of nice things, and we
How
like
cute.
to take her. But
Would you adopt me? I would love that.
But I trust her opinion on everything. You know, we're very honest with each other, and I think it matters that you have somebody that you can trust enough that's going to tell you the truth, you know, such as your husband. And Kyle's a great shopper. I love taking Kyle shopping. Yeah.
How fun.
He's my little shopper, and he does very well picking stuff out for me.
I bet he doesn't pick out anything in camouflage or olive brown. I bet you those are two colors he tells you.
Unless
Donna,
it says "I love my soldier,"
There
then he
you
will
go.
get it for me. Yeah.
then you can wear that. Kathy, you like to just go by yourself?
Pretty much.
Does
And,
the Mr. He doesn't care.
oh, he doesn't. He's like your husband. He doesn't like to shop. You know, and he'll say, "Take your time."
Oh no,
but then
mine
he
loves to
kind of-
shop.
Oh,
But it's just one of those. Okay, I'm done. But take your time. I'm just be sitting over here with my bag. But yours doesn't like it at all.
unless we go to the Apple store. I know I can park him at the Apple store. And I can go to Macy's and Coldwater Creek and all the places
There
I
you go.
love.
The
good stores. Yeah.
JCPenney's, you know.
And he just goes and
And then I can always pick him back up at the Apple store.
there you go.
You know,
See,
that's
you're a smart lady.
Thank you.
How long have you been married?
46 years.
You're very you're
Wow,
intelligent.
Congratulations.
Yes. God bless you. That's for sure.
That is amazing.
I think if I added up all of mine, I come half.
Well, I'm getting there too.
There we go.
I'm getting there too. Yeah.
Good show. Good show. So you take Brittany with you.
Yep. Absolutely. Or Kyle. And I love online shopping. Do you guys online shop?
Yeah, sometimes.
I love it. I love
And
it.
you know what I like to watch? I like to watch like that QVC and stuff. And I go, now see, that's a cute outfit. Then I try to go out and find it. Of course, you never can.
No.
Right.
But it's always cute to get ideas and stuff from those shows.
Right. Yes. But I do like online shopping. I love Amazon.com. I'm a freak for Amazon.
Oh, see, I don't go on those.
Oh, you can get the
John's
best
going.
bargains.
Oh, John's at home going. Donna, zip it. Just talk to Kyle. Don't worry. Don't
Yeah,
give her any
exactly.
ideas. Let's go on to our next
Okay.
topic.
Our next topic is: do you have a favorite outfit that you know works every time, any
Oh,
place?
that's almost like the shopping.
I do.
Do you?
We do. We went to Europe in October and November, and I only took one little suitcase for 2.5 weeks,
Good for you.
and it was a black sweater, black pants, and lots of scarves. You know,
to change the look. Yeah,
what a cute
seriously.
idea.
That is.
And they're really hot right now. Scarves
oh,
are the
scarves over there. Even the men, I was amazed. Scarves were everywhere, different kinds, and
Where did
Yeah.
you go in Europe that men were wearing scarves and earrings? Did you say earrings too?
No, no.
Not just
No.
scarves.
France and Paris. We stayed some time in Paris.
Well, they wear the beret and they wear the ascot.
No, they just had scarves, you know,
I'll be
draped.
darned.
And then Germany. Those were the two places we spent the most time in.
I'll be darned. Well, you went over to where your family is.
We did. The way we arranged our trip is we did our genealogy, and then we went where
Oh,
our
neat.
forefathers came from. And that was really fun, because then we found out that Eric's family really didn't exist. You know, so I don't know what the name was, but whoever came
I'll be darned.
wow.
So you like the just like the little black dress. Do you have a little black dress? I don't. I need one.
A black skirt. I have a little black skirt that I can wear with anything, any jacket, any blouse, and I love it. And a pair of black pumps that I pretty much wear with that black skirt all the time.
Oh, yeah.
So, with just that basic black skirt, I can change the look, just like you
yeah.
with the scarves.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And like I say, that's the hot thing. I think if you have the basic black dress or the skirt, slacks, you got it made. You can put anything with it. And now today, the way that they're doing color blocking, you can buy any color top. If you have a black scarf or it has a little black stripe in it or whatever, you're ready to go.
Right. Have you seen those clothes, speaking of traveling, that don't wrinkle? And I think it's
Oh,
from...
yes.
Yeah, you roll them up.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, those are
And they
nice.
never
You
wrinkle.
know who has those?
Yeah.
Is it LL Bean or Orvis or one of
It's
them?
not. I think it's Chico's.
Chico's.
has
Chico's
their
has
own line,
it.
and my mom was using them when she was traveling as an attorney. She was working for the FDIC, so she was flying down to Orange County every week and coming back up here on the weekends. And she swore by those things, and still to this day has them and uses them for everything.
I'll be darned.
And they have all the basic pieces that you need: a black
Right.
top, the black pants, just like you were saying,
Yeah.
and you can change it a little
Right.
jacket.
It's the
or,
ones that you roll up. You can roll
Yes.
them up,
And they don't
then they
wrinkle.
just come out. QVC has a line of clothes that you can roll and do that. Do you have a favorite color,
I do.
Kathy?
And it's kind of a salmon color.
Oh, pretty.
You know, that's my favorite, but
That
This one
corally-
here can wear, you wear pink beautifully.
That's pink is my color, yes.
Yes.
I
You
love
and Lisa Vanderpump. One of
Oh,
the
gee.
housewives of Beverly Hills.
Yes.
Yes. Everything is pink.
Yes, there's a lot of pink
With
this
her.
year.
Hot pink is the color. That and the bright colors, the oranges and
The coral,
The
that
coral.
coral, that's what
Yeah.
Brittany
Ve-
looks good in.
very, very pretty.
pretty, yes.
very pretty.
I agree.
I just like all the different colors. And I like the jewel tones. I like the dark greens and the purples and navy blue and then in the summertime I do like the bright colors. You know, I think that they're a lot of fun to wear, but I have a hard time wearing certain I can't get them too bright because they I look like one of those cones in the street coming down that they lay down if I wear that bright orange. No one will hit me.
Stop.
Yeah, no one will hit me, thank God. But I just look like, and I'm shaped like the cone, you know. So it doesn't help at all. But is there a special color that you like on your hubby?
I'm not sure. I never really thought about it.
As long as he's got clothes on, and when
Well-
you go out, that's the main.
He dresses pretty Western.
Ah, nice.
Yeah, it's very nice and nice. When he dresses up well.
I like
but if,
that.
But if
I
you see
love
him
that.
around town, you wouldn't recognize him as far as, I mean, it's jeans and an old T-shirt. And,
Oh, see, that's
Yeah.
that's great.
Cap.
I mean, good
Yeah.
for him. Good for him. That's how every guy dresses when they're
They do.
kicked back and casual. or
Baseball
whatever.
cap and a jacket and
yeah.
I agree, jeans.
I bet Kyle can't wait to get home and put on his jeans and
Yeah,
t-shirt.
I know.
Get out
Well, I
of
actually may be seeing him in April, so I'm very excited.
that is
How
nice.
wonderful.
He gets to go to D.C. for the hearings for 2 weeks, and
Great. So you're going to fly out?
I hope so. He better, or else.
I hope.
Well, let's see. Southwest has some good fares right now.
They do.
Yes. As long as,
Go
you don't
and
take,
back.
as long as you don't cruise around the coast and go back
Yeah.
there, okay?
I don't think I'll do that drive again. We drove coming out
Did
here.
you?
so- Yes.
Oh,
Oh.
that is a long drive.
Yeah.
Try finding an outfit, talking about outfits, in a car full of everything, going cross country. That was horrible.
Oh, man.
I
Jeans.
finally just started putting on the same outfit.
Yeah.
Same-
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, really. I don't blame you. Well, ladies, are we ready to move on and pick 2 new topics?
We are.
Yes.
Okay. There you go, my dear.
You ready?
Okay.
You got a free-for-all for one of them. And
Okay.
Kathy, we're going to let you take the first free-for-all.
Okay. So, 6.
Okay. Are you afraid of changes to your lifestyle, or do you take them on as a challenge?
Okay.
And then our free-for-all.
And our free-for-all. Okay, we're going to take a little short break and we'll come back, and Kathy's going to take our first free-for-all.
Just Between Us, a spontaneous, intuitive live television show with topics that are intended to inspire, delight, educate, and encourage. Just Between Us.
Welcome back to Just Between Us. And Donna, our first topic.
Are you afraid of changes to your lifestyle, or do you take them on as a challenge?
I guess it depends on how big the change.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just
Yeah.
had a big one. And
I
you,
did have a
and
big
you took
one.
that
Yes.
challenge on. We're going to talk about that in the second segment of the show.
Good
But
segue into this, yes.
I do feel that I think that before I don't think you should let any change challenge you to the point where you panic, you know, or you get so upset that you're overwhelmed is the word I'm looking for. Sit down and say, okay, this is going to happen, and it is something I have to deal with, and say, okay, I've got to take step from A through 1 through 10, and we're going to do this, and get feedback. And I think it's not, don't act hastily, and listen to what others will tell you, and then take all that information, filter it, and then start your.
Well, and from my perspective, I'm a pretty strong Christian. So it's faith.
Absolutely.
When I look back through my life and I see all the changes, we lived in 15 different states.
Wow.
My husband was a process chemist, so we moved. And so every change, was something fun, something wonderful came from it. But we made it that way. We looked at it as an adventure. Until we moved here, and then I'm like, I'm done moving. Who knows? We might move again.
so
but
Keep your chemistry set here.
that's
dear.
right.
We're not going anywhere. That's for sure. But it's
Yeah.
but there are challenges, especially young people, like when you were young and traveling and moving around, children, getting them in schools, finding a doctor, finding a dentist, finding a clergy, going through all of those different steps. But it's a challenge that, like you said, it's fun. It's fun to go out and do a lot of those different things, find out, get to know your neighbors and to do things like that. So I think that sometimes instead of letting things overwhelm you, you take it on as a challenge and say, I'm going to do that. Same thing with you being away from Kyle for so long. That's very challenging.
All those military families that
Yes.
get uprooted each time. Like you said, you've moved to 15 different states. Listen,
Right.
all those children. Change is good. It's always good. But, you have to consider who it's affecting.
Right.
Military moves affect the children.
Sure.
I do believe it's difficult for them, but these kids come out stronger because they've had to deal with making new friends and meeting new people and things like that. So that's a different kind of change. I think personal change, and it's up to you, and it's as an individual thing. You're right. Don't stress over it. I think it's important to consider all the facts of whatever the change is going to be. Whether big or small.
Well, you've even heard, Donna, some movie stars say, well, I was an Army brat and I moved around a lot and stuff, but it developed my personality. It gave me the courage to go out there and do that. So there you are. There's a positive thing.
Right.
Showing children what their families go through makes them stronger and say, hey, my mom and dad did it, I can do it.
Right.
Well, I think with the foreclosure crisis, there's
There
so
you go.
many people who have been uprooted. And I
Yes.
was thinking about that last night. There was a time maybe 3-4 years ago when it first started. I had grown men in my office in tears. First time ever. And now people have accepted it. They're like, okay, this is,
Well, what a
this
shame.
is, yeah, absolutely. But those changes are hard.
Absolutely.
They are very hard. But more people, I'm seeing more people accept those changes and embrace them and move on,
Yeah.
Right.
because their life has to move on.
They have to make the change, and
They do.
That's the challenge right there. I have to make the change. Losing someone that you love.
That's a hard one.
That's always one. I think that one's put on a different list. Losing your home, losing your savings and everything, which, like you said, hundreds and hundreds and thousands of people are going through this right now.
Millions.
And I mean,
Yeah.
just around you, and then let alone millions of people that have gone through this economy crisis and stuff. And that is even, it's not, it's. I could see where that would be just so earth shaking. But you've got to be stronger than that. You have to have the faith, and you have to be stronger than that, and say, okay, we're going to do this. We're going to do something different, but we're going to do this. People the young couples with kids and going through this, my heart goes out to them.
It's hard.
Well, look at the natural disasters that have occurred.
Yes.
New Jersey,
Yes.
and you look at all those families that were
Yes.
displaced and
Right.
still are not in their homes.
No,
Right.
some of them still don't have power back,
I know.
which I find
It's-
appalling.
Yes, it is.
Horrible,
Yes.
horrible. And they've had to make changes, and the kids, my heart goes out to the children in any of this. I mean, adults, they understand they have the ability to understand what's happening and move forward.
Right.
But the children, that they don't get it. They don't understand. And so how do you explain? I mean, how do you explain to them that this is going to be a big change? And
Absolutely.
it wasn't anything we did on purpose,
Right.
Just living through a disaster like that, I think is you've won. Everything else is just items. You will recover.
It's just stuff.
It's stuff.
I mean, it's
Right.
how to look at it.
It's stuff. If
it's
you can
stuff.
make it through,
Yeah.
if you can make it through, Brittany's had challenges.
Right.
She's made it through. Everybody has a challenge. You just went through a challenge and made it through, and we're going to segue into that now because we're going to be talking about our first free-for-all. And Kathy, you're going to take that. You're going to be talking about health.
Right before Christmas, I went down to Yosemite, and we do it every year for my birthday, and we have lunch at the Awani.
Oh, beautiful.
And I wasn't feeling well. And after lunch, we always walk over to the lower falls. I couldn't do it. I mean, I was out of breath. I had this pressure on my chest. But we did it. But I thought something's really wrong. And we drove home. I had an upset stomach, went to bed. Next morning, I tried to do my walk, and I only got, a quarter of the way, and I couldn't do it. Sat down, and I thought, I don't know what's going on. Still didn't go to the doctor. Stupid, stupid, stupid. You know, Friday night, then it hit. And I thought, do I want to live or die? And I analyzed it. And I got up and took an aspirin. You know, because it was the pressure again. It wasn't like it was not like an elephant sitting. It was just something felt like it was pushing on my chest. So that next morning, then I called our healthcare provider, and they said, go to the emergency room right now. Have your husband or somebody drive you. Don't drive. They did the test, and they said, looks like you had a heart attack.
Oh, wow.
I'm like, oh.
Oh, jeez.
Really?
Really?
Wow.
So they took me by squad down to our hospital. And the doctor, I'll tell you, the emergency room doctor here at Sutter Amador
They're wonderful.
was wonderful.
They're great.
Wonderful. He said, if you were my patient, I would do an angiogram right now.
Wow.
I got down there, and the pain had gone away. I had no pain. You know, but I was still short of breath. So they did all these MRIs, CAT scans, all this, you know, nuclear stress test, all this stuff. They kept saying, nothing's conclusive, nothing conclusive. So they let me go home on Christmas. Then they called me, and they said, how are you doing? I said, I'm still really short of breath. They said, come back down. So I went back down, and they said, the doctor said, I want you to walk around the nurse's station and come back and talk to me. Came back, and I couldn't talk to him because I was out of breath.
My God.
Wow.
And that's not like you.
No. And so he said, okay, we're going to do an angiogram, you know. And they came back, and they said, you're going right into surgery.
Oh, my God.
I had
that's scary.
severe blockage and a 5-way bypass. So
My
that
brother-
was
my brother
Christmas
just
Eve.
went through that.
Yeah.
He had a heart attack.
I mean-
He's only 48,
Yeah.
and they had to put some stents in, and then they had to go back and put another
It's
one
so scary.
in. Yeah.
But I mean, there was not, it wasn't, this cough is from that. And I'm recovering from that, you know, but
You look fantastic, kid.
thank you.
You do.
I mean, you've been beat
I
up,
would
but
never
you
know.
look great. You really look great.
Well, you know, it was funny. You know, I get so insulated with and involved with my work that I don't feel that I have friends. I mean, I do, but I don't.
Oh, yeah,
know.
you do.
Yeah.
Yeah, you do, kid.
Oh, the cards that I got. I was like, thank you, Lord, you know.
Yeah.
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 And so
see? Oh, you
It's
just,
amazing when something
that-
like that happens.
Absolutely,
You know
absolutely.
who your real friends are.
And thank you, God, that you made it through. I mean, oh, my gosh.
Well, my sisters, I come from Ohio, and both my sisters flew out. One the first week after I got out, and the other in the second week, you know, just to take
help.
care, to help.
Oh, how wonderful.
Yeah. And I bet you that Mr.
Oh, he was amazing.
Yeah. See, you come through when you. That's the thing about being married for years and years and years.
Yeah.
You know, you take it, it's just like it's an everyday thing. What do you want for dinner? Ready for another cup of coffee? Whatever. But when something happens, that's when you know the love comes
Right.
through. My neighbor
Absolutely.
a couple of years ago fell off his roof.
Ugh.
And we used to always laugh because she said, Diane used to always say, oh, if he goes, I'm going to call the realtor before I call the coroner. I want out of here. I'm going somewhere warm. You know, she used to always make jokes. And I'm telling you, we saw her come through like a trooper. The love that this woman showed, it was
Right.
amazing. I mean, it really, really was amazing. And I think, like you said, your faith. A lot of people don't have faith, and that's fine. That is your choice in life. However, but you know when something like that happens, you feel the love.
Yes.
You feel, and that's what pulls you through. Because I
Yes.
know I told my brother, "Do you want me to come down?" And he goes, "No, I got the kids are here. Everything's fine." But you know, you just know in your heart that this person is meant to be for you, and I'm not willing to let you go now.
Well, the
Right.
thing that my husband did for me that I'll never forget is when I was in intensive care. He said, "What can I do?" And I said, "Hold my hand." And he
Aw.
just sat there
Oh, bless
and
his
held my. I didn't need any conversation. you know.
Just knowing he was there.
Yeah, because I couldn't talk well anyway. Just,
Right.
yeah.
Now, really, she didn't want him to take off his vest. Go flirt with the nurses. Flirt with the nurses.
All those cute nurses in the hallway.
Yeah, no,
She's
no.
smart.
Kathy's smart. Hold my hand here.
Please don't go anywhere.
Say
and
now we can laugh.
yeah, and the grandkids were so cute.
Yeah.
2 of them went down to the gift shop and they brought me back this little tiny stuffed Dotson.
Oh,
you
how
know,
cute.
he was so cute. And they said, "Here, Grandma." You know, they were like 10 and 14. Well, so what I've been doing is I take it when I'm working and stuff, and I'll put it and I'll take a picture of it and I send it in a text to them saying,
That's so cute. That's so cute.
"Guess
I
where
love
we
that.
are now."
I
Now,
love
you
that.
had the kids before on Christmas vacation, didn't you? Making cookies.
Yes.
You had
yes.
how many?
I had 11.
Wow.
Yeah, we did. Well, we
I
did
think next
gingerbread
year-
houses.
next
Is
year.
that how many grandchildren you have?
I have 9.
Okay.
Yeah, but we had some extras.
Okay.
I say
We do it every
I
year.
say the heck with the gingerbread houses next year. Buy them and
Yeah.
Oh,
do
it's
it
so
that-
much fun.
Oh, it is. It is a lot of fun. But God bless you. I'm so glad that you're okay.
Well, and I,
Yeah.
you know, the doctor asked me too. He said, "Do you have any pain in your jaw?" And I was like, do I have any pain in my jaw?
They say women don't get the shoulder and the jaw as much.
but I did have a little pain. I thought, I do feel something up here. But I really had no pain,
Yeah.
you know, so I don't know. It's a strange.
Well, Kathy's telling all you ladies, if you have any symptoms at all, get to the doctor right
Absolutely.
away.
Yes.
Okay, my
Yep.
dear. Our last 2 topics, you're going to take the free-for-all, and we have role models. So roll it, and
Okay,
let's do the role model.
Okay.
2.
2. Who would you say is a good role model, famous or not?
Don't say Big Ange from Mom Lives, please.
Oh, but she's so sweet.
Oh, we're going to take a short break. We'll be right back.
Just Between Us, a spontaneous, intuitive live television show with topics that are intended to inspire, delight, educate, and encourage.
Welcome back to Just Between Us. I'm Susie from Volcano. I'm Donna from...
I am Donna Lyons from Sutter Creek.
There we go.
And I'm Kathy from Buena Vista.
Okay, no, next time I'll use flashcards for you.
Just give me a little slap.
All right, my love. Before we get into your free-for-all, we're going to do this topic.
Okay. Who would you say is a good role model, famous or not?
You know, before it was so easy to come up with a lot of them. I mean, there's a lot of famous people, a lot of people that are not famous. I think a good role model is somebody who can sit down and listen to you and to tell you the truth, not what you want to hear, and to try to live try to live by a good life and treat others kindly. I know there's so many nasty people out there that just don't have a nice thing to say about anyone, and that they're not role models. They just act immature and stupid. But I don't know. I think that if you overlook a lot of things and you feel sorry for people like that, and you try your best. I know there's sometimes like somebody will say something, oh, so and so did this, and I say, you know what? That's not important. You have to pray for people like that. Just let it go. And I mean, I'm not a role model by any means, because there's times where I'd like to rip somebody's head right off. Being full-blooded Italian, I go for the revenge. But you know, but there's times where role models. People that are strong. Was it something I said?
Yeah, it is.
People that
It's your Italian heritage for the revenge.
Please.
Yeah.
People that were strong. Can you imagine some of the pioneer women?
Oh, my.
I mean, that came over. I don't think that's funny, Donna, but if you do, go right ahead. But some of them that came, like some of the first ladies,
Yeah.
being like Martha Washington, and seeing her husband becoming the first president of the United States and stuff like that. How exciting! And I wonder how they went through things like that. I really don't care, but I'm filling in.
Well, my role model is my mother.
Wonderful.
She's 91 years old,
God bless her.
Oh.
and she did not have a good childhood. And she said that as a child, she sat on the steps of the house that she lived in, looked at the family across the street, and said, "That's what I want my family to be."
And she did it.
And she did it.
Wow.
Bless her heart.
I mean, she found the man that she wanted to marry, and she said he's not going to be an alcoholic. You know, I want somebody that doesn't drink. And so she crafted her life. You know, and I grew up on a farm in the country, and I didn't realize what she was doing. She took me to symphonies. She took all of us.
Wow.
You know, she taught us poetry and had us up on stage reciting. We had music lessons. And I look back, and it was a normal childhood, I thought. But now I look back and thinking
It wasn't.
It was not. It was.
But you know, people that, one lady that stands out in my mind now that I thought about it, we were laughing about, you know, QVC and stuff.
Right.
There is a line of clothing that Jean Bice did, and it's called the Quacker Factory. I don't know if you've ever heard of it.
Oh, yeah.
She does. Matter of fact, she just passed away a year and a half ago.
I didn't know that.
Yes,
yeah,
she did.
I've seen her stuff, though.
And I'll tell you why I think she was so amazing. She was a widow with 2 little kids and didn't have a dime to her name, and she started selling clothing on the street corner.
Mm-hmm.
And this woman has built up this multi-million-dollar empire, and now she just died, like I said, a year and a half ago, and she was exclusive to QVC, and unbelievable. Paula Deen, who lost both of her parents when she was young, and married and was a divorced mother of 2 boys, as you know, and she became a recluse. She didn't go out of her house for years, and she needed to make money to support her sons. So she
Right.
started making bag lunches, thus the bag lady, she was called. And her children would run these lunches out to the workers. And look what happened to Paula Deen, another
And
success.
Mrs. Fields.
Mrs. Fields.
She started selling cookies, just, you know, having
Right.
people sample them and taste them, and
Right.
started with little delivery service, and look at her now.
Oh, yeah.
Barfa Stewart, I call her Barfa. Barfa Stewart, who's got her hands in every blasted thing. You can't even use toilet paper without her name on it and her insignia. But, you know, there's a lot of Famous Amos that came out with
Yep.
his cookies. You know, so there are a lot of people out there that are good.
And don't
role
you think a
models.
role model should be like somebody that sets examples, good examples?
Oh, yeah.
And all these little kids look up to them.
Absolutely.
And that's why when somebody does fall, even though we all say, well, they're human,
Yeah.
still when you put yourself on that pedestal of being so high
Oh,
up,
yeah.
you know,
Well,
in the
sports
ranks or sports figures,
figures,
or presidentials,
politicians. There
yes,
you go.
politicians, you're set to a higher standard.
You bet.
Yeah.
I'm going to set you to a higher standard. It's your turn. You're on. What is your free-for-all, dear?
My free-for-all is reality TV.
Uh-huh.
What do we all watch, and what
Mob
do you think
Wives.
of it?
Mob Wives. Big Ange. I love Big Ange. And what's funny is that her uncle's last name is, he's deceased now. I can't remember his first name, but his last name
Now, is
was-
she your role model, since we were
no,
just talking about it?
Please, no. Her last name was Lombardi, and that was my maiden name. So Big Ange's uncle...
Related?
I hope not. No, I don't think.
Vince Lombardi?
Yeah, my grandfather's name was Vince Lombardi. Not the same one, but
Isn't that amazing?
but my father and my uncle look like the coach.
That's
Okay.
scary.
They look a lot alike.
So have you done your family tree to look back to
No,
see if...
my family tree is one of those shrubs that you don't want to go into. You don't want to.
I think most of them are.
Always got to pick those weeds once in a while.
Yeah, mine's like a big shrub, and you don't want to get in too deep, too deep. But reality TV, I know a lot of people make fun of people that watch it. I am one of those housewives of. There you go.
Yep, me
I
too.
get a kick out. It goes to show you that not having all that money makes you a happy person sometimes, because those people are obnoxious.
They're miserable.
They are so obnoxious. Everything has to be a designer shoes, a coat, bag. They come over for lunch. They have to take a limo because heaven forbid if they drive their own fat butt
Do you think
somewhere.
that's part of the show, though? Do you think they hire
Probably.
in and say, yes, let's make it look even more
Probably.
so?
Go over the
and
top.
that one Orange County housewife that is married to the plastic surgeon, and I can't think of her name. They have the cutest little family.
Oh, yes.
That house.
Woo.
My God.
Oh, well, I'll tell you. What the heck is her name?
I don't know, but he's a plastic surgeon in Orange
She looks
County.
odd. And I don't know if he can't work on her. He obviously can't work on his own wife, but whoever
I think
did
he does.
is not his friend. I think they can do Botox, but they can't do surgery. You can't do surgery on your family.
Really?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah.
I don't think so. But one of them, that one looks like a Barbie doll. The one that her husband is the... No, is it the Miami one I'm thinking?
Oh, the Miami ones are frightening. They have bad tempers,
Elsa,
too.
Elsa, the one in Miami.
Oh, my God, that mother.
Elsa. Oh.
The mother.
See, she should...
Now, you have to Google this because I'm telling
Okay.
you, you'll see this woman and go, oh my gosh.
She's like this.
That
Medicel. When she talks to her daughter, her daughter's
Who
name
ruined
is
her face?
some doctor.
I mean, they blew her lips up to where she can't even, she can't
Looked
move
like
them.
balloon lips.
Oh, they're
Her
horrible.
face is all puffy.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
completely messed up. She looks like a cat. If you put whiskers on her, don't you think she'd look like a
She
cat?
probably has them when they just clip them for the show. Oh, it's bizarre. Poor thing. Elsa is her name.
And what about Honey Boo Boo?
Now, Honey Boo Boo and I don't
But
pal around.
what
A
do you
cute
think
kid.
about people
But she is
actually-
a cute kid. I get a
She
kick.
is.
She's a cute little
She
girl.
is. And that mother, the mom really loves the mom really does love those children.
Actually, she's a
She
darn
adores
good
them.
mother.
She
She's taking
is.
all the money and she's putting it in a scholarship. I mean, she's putting it in the bank so all of her children can go to college. First, she needs to buy them
Right.
shoes and clothes, but
healthy food.
And healthy food. No more skitty and Fritos. What she needs to do, though, she wants her children educated. Mm-hmm. And if you hear
Right.
the mom and dad talk, Cooter and Skeeter, as I refer to them, you'll know that they definitely need to be educated. It'd be the best thing for those kids. But they have love. They have a little. Well, Honey Boo Boo doesn't have the discipline. Where do they get these names?
I don't know. What's the father's name?
Publicitous.
Sugar Bear. Or
Sugar Bear.
You know,
Sugar
it's
Bear,
kind
the
of
dad
scary.
is
I
Sugar
know.
Bear.
I know a lot of this stuff
He
that
can,
we're
and they
talking
have to. Have you noticed they have to put subtitles underneath when he speaks?
Yeah,
Because you can't understand a word he says.
No. See, I'm used to Joe Bananas and you know all those type of names like that. I don't know these Honey Boo Boo. There's no Honey Boo
Sugar
Boo.
Bear.
Yeah, you don't find that in an Italian place. You call one of the guys Sugar Bear, and you're in the trunk.
You're right.
You're gone. Hey,
Cement shoes.
Cement shoes and in the trunk. And they got that new quick cement now out that sets really fast. We're gonna take a very, very short break, and we're gonna. Or are we? Yeah, we are. We're gonna take a short break, and then we're gonna come back and hit you up with our hot topic. So stay with us, and we're gonna be right back.
Just Between Us, a spontaneous, intuitive live television show with topics that are intended to inspire, delight, educate, and encourage.
Welcome back to Just Between Us, and ladies, are you ready for?
We are.
Yep.
Ready
it
to
on.
Go for
ready
it.
to rock and roll. We are going to be talking about this morning, considering that they have had two major incidences in the last 2 years. Do you plan on getting onto a cruise ship? Carnival was one of them. At any time soon?
Absolutely not.
No.
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 No, I've never been the type of person that I don't think I'd be comfortable on a cruise because I get motion sickness real easy, and no.
You're so confined, and I don't care if people say, "Oh, they're huge. You can do this or that." You're still confined there.
Yeah.
You can't get off if there's an emergency.
Well,
or,
thus
exactly.
what just happened. So no, I have you been on a cruise, Kath?
Never have.
No,
No.
Donna.
No, and never will. Kyle went on one prior to meeting me. I think we had just started dating at that time, and he loved it. He thought it was great, and I thought, how people might get drunk and fall over too. That scares
Well,
me.
that does
all those
happen.
free drinks they give you.
Look at,
I know.
Look at
Yeah.
that happened. What 2-3 years ago? There were like 3 different people. The one woman, they think her husband shoved her off.
Right.
And then the other one, she fought with her husband and she was flirting with some man. And then before you know it, the guy was overboard and gone. So no, it's just not. It's not me.
And they can't turn those boats around
No.
and stop.
No.
Somehow they just keep going.
Just keep going straight into that iceberg.
Yeah, no. Yeah, the big toot. No, I mean, I'm sure I know many people that have gone on cruises. They love them. They said they have fun. Well, sure, they're tanked. They don't care what the heck's going on. But
And they like to gamble. They have those
yeah.
little casino type settings, and I've heard they do live shows, and I'm sure they're wonderful. I mean, it's just not for me. I just no.
And I'm finding more and more people are just they're not into that. No, I shuffleboard and maybe a Disney cruise. Because I know it would work well. There would be no tipping over and all of this.
Did you see the letter that a little boy wrote? They had just gone on a Disney cruise, and it was on one of the like MSNBC. He had written a letter after the cruise because he was very angry. He said, "Why are there all these princesses running around?" And he said, "There are no Aladdins or." And he said, "I was greatly disappointed." He said, "I probably will never come on your cruise again."
Oh, just dress them up and turn them loose. Give them a crown and say pretend.
Why did you give me that? Yeah, the kid should have had an outfit.
Dress them up as Ariel or one of those princesses. And say, "Come on, let's role play here. Get into the mood."
Yeah, yeah. But I thought it was cute though. He was very angry.
Boy, how old was he?
I think he was 9.
Oh, he's going to be a handful in a few years.
Yeah, can you imagine?
Yeah. No, I don't want to.
Why isn't there a prince? You know.
Oh, please. Good grief. So, Kath, where would you go if you could take a cruise?
Well, it would have to have warm water. It would have to have good coral so I could dive or snorkel.
So, in other words, the bathtub is where you want to stay.
No, it doesn't. No, it's not warm enough.
Yeah, that would be fun.
Yeah.
Caribbean.
Yeah, I'd love the Caribbean.
Or Caribbean, I don't know.
Or the South Sea Islands.
I understand the cruise that goes through the Greek Isles and all through there is supposed to be a beautiful one.
Well, they're beautiful. I mean, they do go to some beautiful places, but
sure.
Do you choose to do it?
I do know where I would go. I hadn't thought about this. There is a river cruise up the Rhine.
That would be fun.
I would like to do that.
Yeah. And going down like in certain islands and stuff now, where they have, a lot of piracy going on stuff. See, and some of that is dangerous to go out. Whose luck? Unless Big Ange goes with us. So I'm not going. But
they've got those pirates now that.
Yeah. But yeah, I could see where it could be dangerous. I think any form of travel could be dangerous when you think about it.
Oh, sure.
I was on a plane coming back from Europe that almost went in the drink in the Atlantic Ocean. Thank God the pilot turned around and went back. But anything can happen. I think we just have to be realistic, about the whole thing. I think if you're traveling with either your better half or people that you have fun with, I think you could just get in a bus and go somewhere and have a good time. You don't have to spend elaborate money and stuff. But this was pretty serious. I understand there was I heard of one situation where there's a baby on board, and there was no milk, and I mean that's bad. I think they flew supplies in and stuff. But these people are going to get this cruise paid for. 2 days of and then the rest walking all over blown up toilets. You better pay for it.
Yeah.
Then they're going to give them $500 and then 75% off on their next cruise. No, I don't think so.
That doesn't quite cut it.
No.
You're giving that away as a gift. Here you go.
I would just,
you bought us a cruise? Yeah.
No, I would throw my clothes away. I would get rid of everything, and as soon as I hit shore, give me a bath and a shower, and just you have to disinfect yourself. I mean, they the ramifications of being subjected to all of that. There were people, they said it was freezing, but they couldn't go underneath because there was no air circulation. And what was it, Legionnaire's disease that they had that other time? Now you've got waste floating around, and no, it's just.
And didn't people get food poisoning? Weren't people getting sick from the food because it was bad?
They had to airlift somebody for dialysis. I don't know if that had to do with their illness or something that transpired there, but no, it just. I'm staying home.
I'm right there with you.
I'm going to go to Disneyland.
Put me on an airplane or I'll drive the car. But that's
there you go. There you go. Hey, we're going to take a short break, come back, and wrap it up for you.
You're watching Amador County's #1 news and sports leader, TSPN.
Just between us.
Welcome back. You can get a hold of us at 223-4877. Blame them. You can fax us at 223-4866, or you can email us at bookme@tspntv.com. God bless you. I'm so glad you're with us today.
Me too. Thank you.
Yes.
I know, that's amazing.
And thank you to your hubby and your children for being there for you and the wonderful care that you got.
Thank you.
It was the first I heard of it
That's
today,
amazing.
and you done good, kid. We're proud of you.
Lots of prayers.
You betcha,
Yep,
and
right,
they're still
that's it.
coming. Donna,
Thank you.
Yes,
give that special man our love.
I will.
Thank
I
him.
will.
Thank the troops. Kyle, if you're still with us, I'm sure that you are, to see your lovely better half here. We love you dearly, and we want you to come home safely. Send the airplane ticket, because she's already chomping
April.
April, she's chomping at the. He's going to Washington in April.
Yeah, Washington, D.C. They
Washington,
should be there
D.C.
for the hearings
Wonderful.
for Afghanistan.
Oh, very exciting. And then hopefully when he comes home, he'll be back at the Pentagon.
Yes, I hope so. Well, that's our goal, is to be back in D.C., so.
Good. Good.
Yeah.
Well, we'll have to keep in touch.
Oh, we will.
We want you to update us and let us know what's going on.
I will be here for the next 2 years, so I hope everybody, rallies together and we can do some things for wounded
When you
warriors.
talk to Holly, give her my love. Tell her that we're praying for her and her better half, and we hope everything works out well for her.
I will. I will.
Lovely lady. And a good man. Good man. I stand by him. With that, my dear, I thank you for your lovely free-for-alls. You guys did a great job.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Maybe we should start a Housewives of Amador County.
I think so. I think we need to do this.
We got to find a big Ange. She's my favorite because I love her dog, Louie. That is the sweetest little dog I have ever seen in my life. John and I, as soon as he comes on, oh, how cute. But Big Ange, if you don't know, I think it's on VH1. I can't remember. The other ones are on Bravo.
Yeah, the other ones are on Bravo. I don't know what that one's on.
I think it's VH1. One of those.
It could be.
Look it up and go and watch it and put in Big Ange. You'll have nightmares, but she's a great lady. I think she is.
And the mother from Miami Housewives.
Yes.
Yeah, I can't think of her name, but
Elsa.
she's- Elsa.
Elsa.
Yes,
She
please look up Elsa.
She gives it like this, medicine.
Medicine.
She can't move her. It's bizarre. Watch the Real Housewives of Miami when it comes on, or just go Google it on and put in Elsa. Now my son-in-law says that they really should keep her away from children because it's not good. She scares.
She's frightening.
Very frightening. It's
Great for Halloween.
Really, she just looks like she came through the birth canal. Her face is all stretched. It's terrible. Have a great weekend. Do nice things for your friends, and I want to say all my love to Raylene.